Hi, I'm Jocelyn Crawford, the Kanawha County 4-H agent, and we are going to play a game called Enemy Pie Fractions. So Enemy Pie is one of the books that we are reading during Energy Express for one of the STEM activities. And in the book, the dad character bakes a pie to bring two possible enemies together. So in this activity, kids are going to build a pie using different kinds of fractions. So we have half fractions, fourth fractions, eighth fractions, and then we have sixths and thirds. So kids are going to build a whole pie using these different kinds of fractions. Now, one thing that we have found in testing this activity is that we need two paper plates because we need to keep our 1/3 and 1/6 fractions on one paper plate, and then we can keep our halves, our quarters, and our eighths on the other pie plate. Whichever student ends up with a full pie plate first will be the winner. Okay, and then a really important part is that we have this Enemy Pie game key. So this tells us when we roll our die, so our die is going to tell us how we fill up our pie plates. This will tell us what all of the different fractions and how they correspond to the numbers on the die. So if a player rolls a 1, it's a player's choice. They can pick any piece of pie they'd like. If they roll a 2, that's a half pie. A 3 is a third of a pie. 4 is a quarter pie. 5 is an eighth of a pie. And 6 is a sixth of a pie. So remember, we want to make sure that we keep our sixths and our thirds together in one pie plate, since those match up nicely. And then we can put our halves and our quarters and our eighths in the other pie plate. So we're going to go ahead and get started and try this game. So I'm going to roll my die, and I got a 1. So it's my choice. I can pick any piece of pie I'd like, and I'm going to start with a quarter. I'm going to put it in this pie plate. Now, of course, kids are going to play in groups, so you would pass the die on to the next friend, and they would roll. They would take turns, but I'm playing by myself, so I'm going to try again. So I got a 3, so this would give me a third of a pie. So we have found that our quarters and our thirds don't play well together. So we're going to put our quarter on one pie and our third in the other pie that's empty right now. Okay, we're going to roll our die. Got another 1, so that means it's player's choice. I get to choose. I'm going to take another third of a pie and put it here into my pie plate where I've already got 1/3. Roll again. I got another third, so I will have a complete and whole pie made with 3/3 right there, just like that. Okay, so let's play again, see what other sorts of combinations of fractions I get. I will roll. Okay, I got a 2, so that means I get a half a pie, put it in there. Roll again. I got a 4, so that means I get a quarter or a fourth of a pie. Put that right there. I got another 4, so there we go. I made another whole pie. Very easy. So this is a good time to have a conversation with your kids and show them, you know, a half is equal to 2 quarters, right? Because we made a whole pie. So you can have a conversation with kids based on who wins and how they put those different pieces together. Now, a thing that we want to keep in mind is sometimes kids will roll a number where they'll roll a number that's too big a fraction to fit in the pie that they have. So let's say that this pie has thirds in it. So let's say I have 2/3 in this pie, right? And then I've got a quarter and a half in this pie. So if I roll another half, right? If I roll a 2 with another half, I can't put a half in my 2/3 pie, and I can't put a half in my 1/4 plus a half pie because it's too big. So that means that the kid just loses their turn. They get to pass the die on to someone else and they will try again. Okay, so at the end, after you're all done playing, you've played all of your different rounds of the Enemy Pie game, kids can then use the fraction pieces and a glue stick to make themselves a pie of their favorite flavors. So for instance, I could say that like green is key lime pie, so I could add a piece of that. And I could say I like blueberry pie. We could say this blue quarter is blueberry pie. We could add one of those. And then I could say that I like pumpkin pie, and I could add 2 pieces of 2 eighth pieces in here. And so the kids can make different combinations of pie and then glue it to show what kind of pie that they like. All right, well, thank you so much for joining us for this activity. We hope your kids have a lot of fun playing the Enemy Pie fraction game and have a wonderful summer with your Energy Express kids.